Hey guys, this is David Goodman with the Grow Team at Real Broker. Thank you so much for watching. Today I want to get into a video that I think we should all consider before making the move to Nashville. And if you are considering to make that move here, we would absolutely love to help you. We are a team of realtors and real estate agents that specialize in helping to make that a really smooth transition, whether you're coming from California, Chicago, the Midwest, from Texas, anywhere in between. We've helped all you guys out. And this channel is really dedicated to giving you information about Nashville before you make that big move, just to make that as smooth as possible. And without further ado, this video I think is really important because we're going to be getting into the things that you should know about Nashville before you make that move. There's a lot of different things about our climate and our culture and our just the way that we vibe here that maybe you want to think about before you make the move, especially if you're coming from different climates like California, Texas, Canada, New York, or wherever. It is a little bit different here, and there are a few things just to realize before you make that move. Living in Nashville, Tennessee has its downsides despite its many attractions. Here are some of the negative aspects that you should know before you move here. And number one on that list is going to be traffic congestion. Nashville's rapid growth has outpaced its infrastructure and development, leading to significant traffic congestion. Commuting can be particularly challenging during peak hours. We were recently voted one of the worst commuting cities in the country, which is unfortunate because we're, compared to Atlanta and LA and New York, we are nothing like that. But if you look at the sum of where we're at infrastructure-wise on traffic, we're pretty bad. We don't really have good public transportation, unfortunately. It's there and it's getting better, and the mayor is doing stuff about it, but it's still not there yet. So traffic is certainly not a fun thing. And once you get to know it, you can kind of work your way around it. But if you're just moving here, you're gonna have to learn the hard way before you really realize where to be and where not to be at particular times of the day. Okay, number two is gonna be the high cost of living. The cost of living in Nashville has been rising, with housing prices and rents increasing substantially. This can make it difficult for people who are first making that move, especially if you're coming from areas like the Midwest or even just different parts of Tennessee. Nashville has the highest cost of living of anywhere in Tennessee, so it's definitely something that you want to consider. Even if you're coming from California or New York, be sure to look at the prices here before you make that move, because they may surprise you on how expensive they really are. Guys, I'm interrupting my own video just to let you know that if you follow me on Instagram at GrowWithDaveTN, you'll see the deal of the week that I post every single week. These are on and off market deals, not only for single family, not only for investors, it's just everything in between Nashville real estate related that is a good deal. You'll see it once a week, deal of the week. Grow with Dave TN on Instagram. Follow it, you won't regret it. And back to the video. Okay, number three to know before you think about moving here is our weather extremes. Nashville experiences a range of weather conditions, including hot and humid summers, very cold winters, and threat of severe storms and tornadoes every single year. It doesn't matter when it is. I think every year that I've lived here, there has been some sort of tornado event that is around here, so you have to have a plan in place, and you have to think about that before you are moving here. It's not something that I worry about all the time, but it is something that I am aware of because it does happen here. Okay, next, number four. We just talked about this with our traffic issues, but it deserves its own category, and that is our limited public transportation. The city's public transportation system is limited compared to larger metropolitan cities. This can make it difficult for residents to get around without a car. You pretty much need a car in this city if you really want to get the most out of living here, unfortunately. Unless you're gonna be living close to the city and you live off of one of the main vessels like Charlotte Pike, Murfreesboro Pike, 8th Ave, which turns into Franklin Pike as you get further down. If you live Gallatin Pike, just depending on where you live, if you live off of one of those main pikes and you're working downtown, you're probably okay because you do have a main bus route that goes straight into downtown. But if you're living from east to west or need to get to different points around the bullseye, which is downtown Nashville, it's going to be a pain in the butt to get to where you need to get. Now, I will say that with the caveat that this is a major issue that Nashville Metro is working on and wants to find a solution. There was legislation and there's been plans in the past to give us a train system, but there were concerns about the expense of that and what that actually meant for the city. So it's an ongoing issue. If you want to look at what the current plans for that are, you can go to the mayor's website, Freddie O'Connell, and kind of see what he's planning. I think it involves a lot more sidewalks and more bus routes, which would absolutely be a great addition to what we have or don't have right now. Okay, number 5 is going to be the urban sprawl. The city's rapid growth has led to an urban sprawl, which can contribute to longer commutes and loss of green spaces. There's been so much money that's been spent specifically on the city, which has been wonderful, but sometimes you can lose some of the green spaces that you kind of want in a city as well. Now, we still can find those within the city. There are lots of parks and things like that are there, but with all the money and emphasis being spent on the city, it can take away from those green spaces that we really do come to love here in Nashville because of the beautiful Tennessee landscape that we have. Tourist crowds are something that you want to be aware of. Nashville is a major tourist destination, and the influx of visitors, especially during peak seasons and events, can lead to overcrowded areas and bustling downtown area. And we're kind of known as the bachelorette party city of the planet. So that is a lot of what you see downtown, and downtown is really known as Nash Vegas. And businesses are thriving off of this economy. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger every single year. I do see this as a good thing. It's good for the economy, but if you're not into that party scene and a Nash Vegas kind of vibe, and you're more into the other many other beautiful things about our city, that does tend to annoy people, and I will say especially people that are from here and are locals, it is not seen as the best thing for the city, just because I think you can just have some annoyances with that, because this is not just a party city. It's a place where you can raise your family and enjoy beautiful Tennessee landscape and culture. It's a lot more than just what the tourists are kind of here to see. Noise pollution, it can get kind of loud, especially downtown, and not just downtown, other parts of the city too. One of my favorite neighborhoods is in Donaldson, and Donaldson is right over the airport, and the airport has been getting busier and busier and busier every single year. So if you're going outside anywhere near Donaldson or even Mount Juliet or other parts around the airport, it does get very loud because the airport is actually very close to the city comparatively to other metropolitan areas. And that's going to do it for me. Honestly, I love this city. There's definitely things that you have to consider, from weather to tourists to transportation issues that we could have. But overall, I think every city has its own pros and cons. And to me, the pros far outweigh the cons here. But just depending on your situation and what you place emphasis on, it's just good to know these things before you make the move. And if you are thinking about making the move, please reach out to us. Our cell phone information, our emails, it's all in there. We would absolutely love to help you make that journey into Nashville. Even if you're renting, we help people with finding rentals and getting into places. If you're just, want to slowly make that move and kind of understand the landscape before you actually make that big jump into buying, we're happy to help you with that as well. And again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this when they become available. We'll try to give you good content every single week. Again, thank you so much for watching, and look forward to hearing from you soon.